Hello lads, lads and lassies, my name's Josh and welcome back to a brand new Kill la Kill reaction. This is episode 4, and the plot thickens along with the characters. But last episode, we got a little more into the mystery of Kyoko's father. What happened to him? Well, we didn't find out anything really. But we do have a new ally, possibly. Her teacher, Haikudu. I'm trying to remember how they pronounce it because I wrote it down, but I wrote it down how they pronounce it. So I think it's Haikudu Mirasuki, and he was in league with her dad. He helped him build the Ba Kaminari. He helped her build Senkutsu, her power suit. It's not. Technically, it is a Goku suit. It is made out of these life fibers that boost the user's abilities. They boost like their strength, their speed, their agility. Gives them abilities that normal people really shouldn't have. And then Ryuko accepted her nudity. She accepted the skin tightness of the suit, and she had her transformation sequence. And she went up against Satsuki. She went up against Satsuki. She held her ground fairly well after her transformation, even after Satsuki got her own power suit, which, yeah, lots of students died last episode. Lots of students died in the background, and they were never talked about again. We didn't even have a funeral for them. But yeah, now look, for right now, it looks like going forward, our plot line, or like what the episodes are going to be about, is our heroine Ryuko has to take on the all of the clubs of the school. So she's already taken down she hasn't taken down the president of the boxing club. She took down a student of the boxing club, if I'm remembering correctly. But she took down someone from the boxing club. She took down the head of the tennis club. So who's the next club on her hit list? Because as soon as she takes down the clubs, the student council, she has taken down the clubs, then she needs to take down the student council, and then finally can she have her rematch with Satsuki. And that's only going to make her even more powerful, which Satsuki, she's looking for a good time. She's looking for a fight, someone that's worthy of her time, and she thinks that Ryuko has that potential. So without further ado, lads, let's get into this episode. Ooh, I cannot wait to see what they have in store for just whatever they want to do, really. This can do, it's like Gurren Lagann. It can do whatever it wants. It literally, there's no boundaries with this show. So let's see what they push now. Man, another crazy part of Ryoko's life, another adventure in her crazy life. You know, I never expected this anime to be so wacky. I mean, probably should have put 2 and 2 together with the fan service, but this is wacky, and you can only do it in anime too. Like, whenever Mako goes into her explanation modes, like when she's like, Ryoko's PJs, and it's like the quick, hard moves, like, bah, 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 bah. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that in anything but anime. It just makes sense. It makes sense in here. But anywhere else, it doesn't. But, yeah, this episode we had to go through the crash, like the wipeout session. Hundreds upon hundreds of students are dead in the little, like, the homeroom thing. Like, we're like, oh yeah, those students are the ones that quit. There's a guy with a rock that is over half the size of his body just laying on him with blood on it. Like, how do they keep students in this? Even if the students want to be here, how do they keep enough of them in? They're all dead. Like, so many people die or are gravely injured. But this episode was fun to watch. What's her? Maiko, which I thought they said Mako, but it was Maiko. She, from the very beginning, I knew she was sus. I mean, I kind of thought that maybe she could have been a new addition to the crew at one point. But at the very beginning, when she's like, "Oh, the pain! Oh," it was like, how'd you get that cast on so quickly? That was the first thing. Like, if you really just got hurt with these chefs, how'd you get that cast on so quickly? And then later on, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe she could be cool. But then whenever like they were trying to get the suit to her, she just pulled down Ryoko's pants and it's like the hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's just the music choices are absolutely incredible. It doesn't even play the whole thing. It's just hallelujah. That's it. It doesn't play like the whole. That's it. That's all it needs. It's like just hard cut. Everyone's nose bleeding. I guess Mako doesn't have a brother or father anymore. That was it for them. They're dead. They didn't make it. My heart's out to them. They died with a unique last sight. But yeah, Maiko, I was kind of hoping maybe we can get a little extra addition to the new team, like to the team, but nah. She was the first student body member that Ryuko took out after the declaration of war, of course, because the boxing guy, the tennis girl, but after the declaration of war, the trap master was the first to fall. And this episode was an excellent way to just show off her skills, everything that she has. It's just literally like any idea that they had, they just threw it onto the episode. Like, okay, yes, Ferris wheel of death, a loop-de-loop of spikes. Why not jump across a body of water with crocodiles at the bottom? So, and Ryuko survived the crocodile. She was beating, or at least she was keeping them at bay. She was holding its jaw open, which it's easy to close the crocodile's jaw, but to hold it open, oy, it's a lot of pressure. And she doesn't even have Senketsu. No, so no wonder why she can wield him. But speaking of Senketsu being wielded, Maiko put him on. And it didn't work. Well, in a sense, it didn't work. She was able to transform. She got like the bikini mode on, but the shoulder pads, instead of being up, they were covering, which means Senketsu, he's like, no, we need to hide her skin. We can't let her have full power. I hope Senketsu is the one that's willingly putting the shoulder blades up. Shoulder pads. Shoulder blade? I think they're shoulder blades. I hope he's the one that's willingly putting them up. And like Ryoko's like, wait a minute, how come she got the shoulder pads down and I get them up? And Senketsu's like, I prefer it. Maybe. That'd be a great conversation to have. But she was gonna attack Mako. Senketsu stopped her. And I did ask this question, how sentient is he? Does he get to choose who he lets wield them? And in a sense, yes. Even though Maiko was able to transform with him, he literally stopped her cold turkey in her tracks, and she wasn't able to do anything. She was just frozen for Ryuko to just take Senketsu off and put it on herself. So Senketsu is sentient enough to choose. But it makes me think, because they keep saying like, oh, these the Goku suits, right? We can only go up to 3 stars because that's as much as the body can handle. 50% is too much, and only the very few can handle the 100%. Like what's her name? Satsuki. She was struggling with her Junketsu, my bad. She was struggling with her Junketsu, and she's like, watch me, I will force myself. My willpower is so strong. I'm going to make this mine. So I guess in Maiko's case, she's able to transform with it, but none of the power went in it. That's why she was able to wield it, I guess. But Senketsu finally got washed after so long. I guess since the beginning, even further. He hasn't been washed since Ryoko's house got destroyed, I guess, because he's in the basement. So that's a dirty suit, and You know, he was a little resilient, but as soon as that steam iron started flattening those wrinkles, he started getting into it. He started going, ooh, oh, I like that. Maybe being washed isn't that bad. But, yeah, Maiko got expelled. So in a sense, Ryuko not only beat her physically, but she also got rid of the threat in the school in general. The school does not have a trap master anymore. I think the tennis club and the boxing guy are still part of the school, right? Maybe they also got expelled because they failed against Ryuko. So if everyone gets expelled, because like they got expelled because they failed, Maiko's getting expelled because she wanted a coup d'etat, and she thought that she would be powerful enough to take on Satsuki with Senketsu, which, you know, he may give you a boost, but it requires a little skill. You know, you need a training arc. We didn't get much of Haikudo this episode, other than Miyoko Matone. Excuse me as I kill your entire class. Here. This show's just ridiculous. All laws of physics be damned. I feel like there's something else. Oh, right. So only Ryuko can hear Senketsu. But does that... So, like, only she can hear him. But does that mean only that she... Like, when he's moving with them, when he's like... When, like, Mako and Ryuko were running from Maiko, he was running with them. So does Mako see that? Does anybody see this piece of clothing running alongside Ryuko? Or is it like only she can see it and everyone else kind of like sees like this mirage of Ryuko like holding it? It's interesting. Like, I wonder if that's ever going to be addressed. Or if that's just going to be a thing. Like, yep, walking uniform. Also, I'm going to assume because of the intro that life threads are made out of people. Because in the intro we see like this shot of like people kind of holding each other, and then like you zoom out and it's the threads. Oh, I wonder if the suit is like somehow her dad? Like her dad's consciousness, maybe? Nah, that might be a stretch. But it is sentient, so is it sentient on its own? Is it someone's consciousness inside of it? I don't know. There's a lot of questions being put up, and they are being answered slowly in very entertaining ways. So lads, if you enjoyed this reaction and review breakdown of Kill la Kill episode 4, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because I will be back next week for more. If you enjoy these kind of solo anime reactions, well, why don't you go check out my Gurren Lagann playlist, which Gurren Lagann, I went into it not knowing much, came out of it, it's one of my favorite series I've seen. You can also go check out my Darling in the Franxx series, which it's only a couple of episodes ahead of this one. So, like, I think by now it's like maybe episode 6 or 5 is out, so you can go binge that. And, yeah, just wait for next week. If you want to see a little bit of everyone else, instead of just solely me, I recommend Makai and I, we're going through My Hero Academia right now. Then Makai, Anthony, and I are also going through Avatar, The Last Airbender. So those are some great times. And that's a little of my recommendations if you want to get more into the channel if you're new. But yes, lads, that is all from me right now, and I'll see you in the next one.